I'd probably rate my knowledge at a solid 6 out of 10. Not too knowledgeable, but I know enough. I know it's an outbreak that started in China and then started to spread around to other parts of China and then other parts of Asia, and now has like different outbreaks across the world.
Didn't like China have to like go on lockdown or something so like it wouldn't spread?
Very little. I just know that there's a lot of like hysteria about it and people are like really afraid. And I know that it started in China and it spread kind of to Japan because I know that that cruise ship got quarantined. And then I know that some people in America have contracted it within the United States, and then Italy had a lot of people contracted it within the northern region. That's all.
I know about the coronavirus, like how it's mainly in China, and then there was recently a huge outbreak in Korea. So Korea is now the second most, I guess, populated with the coronavirus, and that there are a few cases in California. I don't think there's a vaccine yet, and a lot of people are being quarantined as well. And that it might have started with people who were in China eating bats or something like that.
I heard it's only lethal in like either really old people or really young people.
I'm not sure how serious I consider it to be because I think a lot of it, I don't know, like when the Zika virus happened a few years ago, like it wasn't, everybody made it a big deal, but then didn't affect anybody around me, I guess, per se, which means that it wasn't like a huge thing in my life. But I know that this is getting, I'm not sure if this is getting larger or like more severe or spreading faster, so I'm actually not sure like how much it'll affect like me personally.
Yeah, I feel like it's starting to become a more serious issue as it's starting to go to other countries that are farther away from China, just because if you think they have to go through airports, and airports are one of the most like busiest places, and like that just goes anywhere in the world at that point.
I think that it's really scary that a lot of people, like the disease is just transferring and getting transmitted so quickly, and I'm like really scared that people I know or I myself could catch it eventually, and I'm just like really hoping that there's like a vaccine or a cure for it that's found out soon, because like from right now it's really devastating, like the effects of the virus. So
I feel like the Bay Area is sort of like at a higher risk just because we have so many like people that travel around the world and people that like do go to Asia and like would go to more of like those local areas. Like I feel like we are, but at the same time I feel like if it hasn't already happened now, I feel like the chances of it really having a serious outbreak here are lower.
I mean, I'm not really too worried about it because I've heard some stories, like even the people who did have it, they just got sent home from the hospital, so they're not really being treated, they're just in containment. So I'm not too worried even if I do get it.
I mean, not really, because like all sickness can spread somehow, so it's like expected.
I mean, now hearing that, I think, yeah, I guess a little bit of kind of being cautious around here. But I think more so it's like my family likes to travel, and so over the summer, like this outbreak is going to kind of restrict like where we want to go, which I think is kind of sucks because we had some like good plans and ideas for the summer and they may not follow through.
I feel like it would start to impact my life once the cases start shooting up more around the Bay Area, and that's probably when I would start taking more heavy precautions.
to prevent getting sick, I think definitely like basic hygiene, like always washing your hands, maybe carrying around hand sanitizer, don't touch things around in public, that sort of thing. And if you do contract the disease, then right now the only thing I know of is like people being quarantined and like isolated in one certain room using different showers and towels and that sort of thing. So I don't really have like really a wide knowledge of what else is possible, but that's what I know for now.
I know that wearing the masks or like the breathing guards is actually not effective. It's only something that you should wear if you have contracted it so you do not spread it. I think the best way to avoid it is to just be healthy, kind of avoid getting a cold. The same way that you would avoid getting the flu or getting a cold is the same way that you should probably avoid contracting this virus, is what I'm assuming.
Maybe avoid traveling to the countries with the virus.
I mean, like, if you have the coronavirus, like, obviously, like, stay at home. Like, don't, like, try to limit contact with, like, other people. Just cover your cough or something.
Like in China, like you see about like the masks and like the little swim goggles, like stuff like that. But like just like washing your hands and just like not touching your face as often is just like what you should normally be doing. I feel like that, like just doing that now would help not have to take it to the more serious steps.
It's terrifying. I don't know. Is this? I'm not really sure. If it's a natural disease? Maybe it's something artificial that somebody's like viral terror attack or something. Or maybe it's much bigger than anybody thinks.
Well, I feel like just because it started in China doesn't mean that they should have the most cases. I feel like as time goes by, comparing one country to almost every other country is sort of an unfair comparison. Just because over time, I feel that no matter what, the other countries were bound to go higher than China.
I also read somewhere online that at every turn of a decade, or like close to every turn of a decade, I guess, there's like a new virus that outbreaks. So I think it's like somebody said that some like Illuminati like pattern of viruses outbreaking, but I don't believe that.